5 minutes to the top of the show, 5 minutes out. Looks like Goleta Park Splash is blink, lower third. And then when you get a chance, what was that? Tracy's lower third for the VO, if you could just add the image that the other lower thirds have.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. All right, Beth, my check. Yep, hello. All right, thank you. Hello. And Tracy's not even up, so you might have to move her down. Heads are live.
Live heads, thank you. Is it just Beth?
Yeah, just Beth.
Cool.
Hey, Tracy, I don't see your shot, and you're 2.5 out. And John, are you out there? John, my check, John?
Roundabouts are on Olive Mill Road.
You're good, John. All right, so Beth and Tascam coming up on camera 1.
Okay.
There's Tracy.
Hey, I'm bringing up campus protests before Tracy's live shot.
Right. Going to you in 3, 2, 1.
Today at 4 on your news channel, a peaceful pro-Palestine rally draws hundreds out for a march at UCSB. It is the latest organized event on college campuses coast to coast as a possible ceasefire in Gaza weighs in the balance. Arizona and Florida now at the center of the battle over abortion
10.
rights. New developments that could have major impacts on the November election.
You can move it back up.
And new tiny home housing
5,
for the homeless takes
4,
You got Tracy, right?
3,
30
2,
seconds.
1. Yeah, I just didn't get it my check. Tracy, my check.
So then let Beth know.
On
It's there, so we're
cue.
bringing her back up.
11.
Thank you.
I'm here at UCSB.
Okay, you're good.
Where?
Top of the show.
Okay.
Are you good doing camera 2 for the hello and then turn to 1? All right, we'll do that. Hello, I'm Beth Farnsworth, and then turn.
You might have to wait till the package, but CBS.
Okay. All right, 3, 2.
Okay, yes.
You're the one that said it. All right, camera 2 coming up.
Your new
Here.
starts right now.
2,
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Beth Farnsworth. Scott Hennessy is off.
1.
UCSB is the backdrop for the latest
We're gonna go to Tracy on 11.
campus. News Channel's Tracy Lair joins us live. And Tracy, unlike protesters at UCLA and Columbia and other universities, today's rally is big but peaceful.
I go for Tracy.
It's pretty calm right now.
Oh, but Nat
There was a
and
march
B
around
coming up?
1:30. A lot of people chose this day as May Day to be in solidarity with unions in the Palestinian territories, and they walked from the engineering building over to this part of campus where, as you can see, there's a campground behind me. Different groups are doing different things, but we did talk to students about the importance of this, and they
I don't
really
know
want
if you
the
could see it, but I
university
put
to divest it,
UCLA on
even though
14
they
for
had
you.
some chants,
Oh, thank you.
that had
Oh,
to
you
do
put it on
with
Matrix
murder
1
and
also.
some very common chants
That's
that
better.
you consider those as being
So
anti-Semitic.
you can take
Take
the
me?
UCLA shot after the package. Yeah. That's this kick out CBS chopper.
Q.
Right?
Yes.
Hundreds of them walked.
All right,
These
A full
are
coming up.
students, some of them are researchers, and some of them are even professors, and they think that the Department of Defense that is funding some research here at this UCSB campus and other UC campuses are also part of the problem that is supporting the Israel-Hamas war. Here's what one of the students had to say.
And take it.
We're just calling for the freedom of Palestinian people, and there are Jewish Palestinian people, there are Muslim Palestinian people, there are Christian
There's
Palestinian
a
people.
press conference
It's
going
very
on
important to keep
UCLA.
that
Cute.
in mind and try to choose wash neighbors away.
I go for Tracy.
That student, who is a third-year engineer, said he's
And
not part of the
another-
camp.
there's
He's
Yeah,
really
but we
welcome.
tried to put on 14
Invited
also.
others to camp, and the optics are very different than what we're seeing at Columbia and USC. We're not seeing law enforcement here. We're seeing this being a peaceful protest at this point. And we'll have more reaction
Camera 2, Beth.
tonight on the news. Reporting live at UCSB, I'm News Channel reporter Tracy Lair.
Q.
All right, Tracy, thank you for that update live. Breaking overnight, New York police moved into
Beautiful.
Columbia University at the school's request to clear out pro-Palestinian demonstrators there. It came after the deadline passed for protesters to leave. Police say there have been multiple arrests. Similar scenes are also playing out at college campuses across the country.
Ready, B?
Cheryl Hill reports.
Take me.
UCLA canceled
All right, and
classes
Beth, we have the live shot of UCLA after this.
protest groups over the war in Gaza.
It is like causing a lot of issues for people and being
feeling unsafe on both sides.
Overnight, counter-demonstrators launched what looked like fireworks.
And we'll go back to camera one after this.
Encampment set up by pro-Palestinian protesters, and also attempted to knock down
Good job,
the
guys. That was really
barriers
good
in
at the
front
top.
of the camp. George Washington University in Washington, D.C. and the University of Texas, Dallas are among the latest colleges where protesters have set up encampments. Students are
Just keep it
calling
on
on the
your timing, 'cause I know that
administration to
needs to show
divest from
heavy.
companies that
So
support
we
the
need
war
for like
effort.
the Marjorie Taylor thing or something else in the B1.
At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, campus police spokesperson said 4 law enforcement
Hey, Owen.
officers were hurt trying to
Your
dismantle
dual box
protesters' tents.
banner for John is blank.
Oh, thank you.
We support their constitutional right to be here, but the main issue we moved in today is because they were in violation of Chapter 18, which does not allow camping or camping equipment on campus property.
In New York City, police also began removing tents at Columbia University. Earlier, scuffles broke out after officers, at the request of the university, removed
Cool, thanks.
protesters from an academic building they've been occupying.
The operation was organized, calm, and that there were no injuries or violent clashes.
The NYPD is expected to remain on campus through graduation later this month to prevent another
All right,
encampment.
10 seconds.
And while
Go
police
into
were
live
able
shot
to clear the tents at
next.
Columbia, pro-Palestinian students at nearby Fordham University set up a similar protest.
All right, Beth
Mike
coming up.
George, New York.
Mic up. Cue.
And right now, I'm going to give you a live look above UCLA's campus right now following last night's violence.
Whoa, they
Classes
zoomed
are
out.
canceled there today, but the encampments remain in place, and there is huge law enforcement presence on campus, as you can see from this aerial shot. More than 24 police cruisers parked just in this one shot alone. The LA Times reports a University of California President Michael Drake is launching an investigation into UCLA's handling of the encampment and last night's attack by counter-protesters, as well as the response, or the delayed response by law enforcement, as many people say. It took hours for police and CHP to break up the fighting.
All right, Beth coming
Drake
up.
says that there is sufficient confusion around what happened last night.
1.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is wrapping up his 7th visit to Israel since Hamas attacked the country. He is meeting with leaders there to push for a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Hamas leaders
The
are
full
said to
coming
be
up.
reviewing a draft proposal and could respond as soon as today. However, the New York Times is now reporting Hamas has refused Israel's latest ceasefire offer without changes.
This soundbite coming up
Israel
is really
plans to
low.
invade
You can have it
Rafah,
all the way up.
another town sheltering more than 1 million displaced Palestinian civilians. The White House has repeatedly expressed concern with Israel's
30B.
planned invasion.
TV.
Refuge. It's an area that continues to be an important conduit for humanitarian aid as well as a safe departure for foreign nationals. So we need to talk about
You.
Israel says its invasion of Gaza is about
Weather
taking
bump
the
coming up.
hostages and returning them safely. But Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that he plans to invade Rafah with or without a deal. The latest deal calls for a 6-week ceasefire with the return of 33 hostages. Hamas has yet to respond.
Bump again. Camera 1.
Switching to a much more pleasant topic, the weather. Our chief forecaster,
2.
Monica Abbott, is keeping track of really a nice day out there today. You were talking about winds kicking up and potential for rain later this week.
That's right. So we are definitely seeing some interesting changes as we move through
3.
the next few days. Tomorrow is going to be very similar to today. Still looking at sunshine, still looking at wind, warm temperatures, you name it. So let's take a look closer at what we've got. Here's our wind speeds right now. You can see that up and down the central coast. Also starting to get gustier in our mountain areas in particular.
You're
between
coming up,
Santa
John.
Barbara and Ventura counties. Here's our current relative humidity getting dry for interior below
Camera 1
20%.
coming up.
So you're definitely going to feel the dryness out there. The coast, however, bumped up a lot higher, especially on the south coast where we've seen some pockets of marine layer. Here's a look though at Port San Luis for your marine forecast, and we are looking at wind speeds between 25 and 35 knots or so, and we are definitely seeing that swell about 2 to 4 feet. So nothing very hazardous. Water temperature is going to be a little chilly out there, but of course our temperatures in the air nice and warm. Look at that Santinez still at 82 degrees, and we're past 4 o'clock this evening. So definitely nice
On cam.
weather, even a little summer-like in some cities.
And Beth
We'll
coming
have
up.
more details about our forecast coming up in a couple minutes.
1.
All right, thank you, Annika. 2 new traffic roundabouts.
We're gonna go to
are opening
John on
the South
FS1.
Coast. News Channel senior reporter John Palmetieri joins us live. And John, this should move traffic along much better than the congestion those areas had before.
Yeah, the roundabouts are where Santa Barbara and Montecito come together, and Coast Village Road and Olive Mill Road is one of them. The other one is a freeway exit away over on San Ysidro Road. The projects replace intersections that previously had stop signs and often a lot of confusion
Saturday
as to
coming up.
whose turn it was to go. It's in an area with hotels, housing, a commercial zone, a popular beach, and Highway 101 on and off ramps. For those who come through, either in a vehicle or walking, it's a fresh look, but it may take some time for everyone to get into the flow.
And take a
I think it's an improvement.
triple stop.
You know, and it's certainly big. They made a big circle out of it.
I think people don't understand them. I've lived in other places that have had one.
They put one in where I live, and I thought it was dumb, but it turned out to be a good thing.
Back up.
Roundabouts involve the city of Santa Barbara, the county of Santa Barbara, Caltrans, SBCAG, several other agencies, all collaborating on the design and improvements, both on the ground, which we show you here,
They're bad
and
when you don't
underground
understand
services
them.
such as
There's a lot of
trains and utilities. They need to be done now before the freeway widening project begins in the same area.
You know they're gonna make one in Goleta where that fresh tea is.
And in the big picture, the two
Oh.
roundabouts
By that.
only one stone's
The
throw away
217?
of sorts
Yeah.
to the
Why
other
there?
roundabout on the other side of the
They
street.
say there's a lot of traffic and there isn't.
And even
I was gonna
before
say,
that,
yeah,
in
there's
Santa
a-
Barbara, if you've
no.
been in the area of Los
Some
Santos Way, the
normal
Bird
light
Refuge,
Camera one
digging
coming up.
up the asphalt and
That's
everything
stupid.
there for another roundabout back in that area.
Just money they
Come
want to
through
spend, I
that area,
guess.
you might go through four
Yeah.
roundabouts from the Bird Refuge all the
Camera
way
one
to
coming up.
Ysidro Road. Reporting in Santa Barbara, I'm News Channel reporter John Palminteri.
Q.
All right, that Bird Refuge area is a perfect spot for a roundabout. All right, thanks, John. Another tiny home supportive housing community for the homeless is coming to a fifth local city. San Luis Obispo is the latest city that will take part in an innovative plan to help transition
A
unhoused individuals
full-
and families off the streets and into safe and secure shelter. Welcome Home Village is a partnership between the city, along with San Luis Obispo County, and two nonprofit organizations, Good Samaritan Shelter and Dignity Moves. The 80-unit complex will include both temporary and permanent housing and will be built on an existing parking lot at the County Health Agency campus. It will also offer residents with a
Saturday
wide
coming up.
variety of support services.
Take a.
We will be providing our intensive case management services for the site.
Camera two coming up.
Daily operations, each client will have a plan that's really focused on permanent housing. Our goal is to house every one of the clients that come through the doors of Welcome Home Village into permanent housing to end their homelessness.
Q.
That script
Welcome
doesn't
Home Village
match.
is scheduled to open next year. It follows 4 other recent similar projects
The
with
quote
Good
part.
Samaritan and Dignity Moves.
The
Hope
quote
Village in
didn't
Santa
match
Maria
the
and
prompter
La
script.
Posada in Goleta.
that's,
Both opened within the past 2 months. Cabins for Change in Grover Beach opened late last year, and the original tiny homes community in Santa Barbara is about 2 years old now.
2.
State legislatures are at the center of the
Package
battle over
in B.
abortion rights since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. That battle played out in Arizona and Florida today, which could have a big impact on the November presidential election. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
Take B.
So I bet you.
Senate narrowly repealed the near total
I voted,
ban on
the
abortion,
Martin
which had been on the books since 1864.
Okay.
The motion only passed after 2 Republicans
Marjorie
flipped
Taylor
to
Greene.
Democrats
Not
voting
March,
to
yeah.
repeal it.
We have 2 Republicans voting with the Democrats to repeal an abortion ban while saying I'm pro-life.
Repeal of the law is just the latest battle over abortion rights in the state, but it's not the last. Arizona voters will decide for themselves in November on a state constitutional amendment enshrining the right to abortion.
We need to get to
And
the
I
point
might
where
vote
government
no.
is out of any reproductive healthcare choices.
But yeah, that construction started. It already started. So like I don't even, because that's how I get here. I don't go there anymore. I go like Fairview.
Abortion rights will also be on the ballot in Florida. The Biden campaign
That
believes
intersection
those
sucks.
measures
Fairview
will
and
help bring
Hall,
Democratic-friendly
Mhm,
voters
yeah.
to
That
the
one's
polls.
awful. That light is so bad. I've done it where I've sat there for.
Yeah, the one by Big Brand, right?
It's gas stations and then like.
Oh
maybe
yeah, there
24
too.
or something.
Yeah.
know they are pregnant.
30.
That one's bad. I definitely sat there for way too long.
We think we have a good law,
20.
a compassionate law, a moral law.
What's happening in Arizona and Florida could have a big impact on who becomes the next president. A new CBS News poll shows a majority of voters in the
Teases coming up. Beth,
presidential swing
Annika,
states
Beth.
such as Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin are closely watching what happens in the
5.
election battles of Arizona and Florida. Skyler Henry, the White House.
Task him.
Still ahead on your news channel, live at 4. Construction is underway on
And
Poplar
Annika
Park
coming
in
up.
Goleta. Find out how long the Johnny D. Wallace play area will be off limits to kids.
Chroma.
We do have just the
Going back to
slightest of
Beth.
rain chances over the weekend, 10 or 20% depending on where you are. But I will have more detail about our forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, Polo in Paradise is back. Find out more
And
about
Brie
the
coming up.
season is kicking off this weekend. We'll have details.
Okay, I'll roll all 3.
I'm gonna float airport there, John's.
Oh, that's cute.
I know.
But we didn't do it yesterday.
I keep it just we got time.
One minute.
Brian's adding that Vandenberg launch video to your 430. Can you just double check your CGs for top stories and other
30.
stuff? I think you had something in.
We'll be back to camera 1.
I just need to go run tell you there's something else.
Yeah, Christina's
And then
That's still UCLA we're seeing that live shot?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my gosh.
better shots,
Where's
yeah.
that? That's not on campus.
where is that?
Madame Tussauds. So that's
That's
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
That's
Yeah.
Hollywood. What street? Is that Sunset?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood
Yeah, that's
Boulevard.
Hollywood. My old neighborhood.
Alright, stand by.
Wow.
We're gonna go straight to VO.
Christina's already.
3, 2.
Okay, and then top stories. And then at 5, can you ping around the
Q.
Construction on a new
Tracy and
splash
keep an
pad
eye
at the
on
Johnny D.
black
Wallace
shots.
Park
Yeah,
in
thank you.
Goleta is leading to some closures. The park, playground, parking lot, and restrooms are closed as of today. The field, walking path, and fitness equipment will remain open, and the skate park reopens on Saturday. Supply chain issues have delayed the construction of the splash
That's coming
pad.
up.
City officials are hoping to have that complete sometime this summer.
1.
$100,000 was raised by the El Camino Homeless
should get higher.
Organization. The donations will go towards programs that provide housing to people in poverty. Money was raised through Echo Empty Bowls, a 2-day luncheon event. Attendees enjoyed live music, wine tastings, and were offered free ceramic bowls. According to Echo, more than 400 people attended the events. Echo CEO
fancy
Wendy Lewis
charcuterie.
thanked the supporters, saying their generosity will go toward a very good cause.
1.
Polo in Paradise returns to the coast this Sunday. The Santa Barbara Polo and Racket Club will start with the Lucid Motors Poke Challenge Cup.
Beautiful.
Gates open at 2 o'clock Sunday. The match starts at 3. The season runs through October and will showcase talented polo players from across the globe.
TB.
You get to see 8 amazing
You're after this, Annika.
polo athletes, skilled polo players, and then also over 60 equine athletes will be here at the field for a match. And so that's a pretty unique experience to see.
That's a double shot.
To see everyone on the field.
Expect the unexpected.
You can raise this one all the way up.
You always look at a couple
Yep.
different sides here. There is
That's
strike style polo, which is
Gets a little loud at the end, but you can still keep it up.
fashion, glamour, inclusive beverage, and then there's the exhilarating sport that's happening on the field.
Cute.
For ticket information,
Weather
visit
bump
our
coming up.
and website.
Bumping in. Camera 2.
It is picture perfect weather. Can we just snapshot that and keep it for the rest of the year?
I know, let's snap it and hold and just stay nice and spring-like. I would love that. We're not gonna do that.
Right.
I know. We are seeing a little wind. That's gonna be same.
Just
as we head
Annika.
into tomorrow. So here's a look at our future track. You can see a bit of this around Morro Bay, Paso Robles, and down south too. By this evening, this wind wind definitely transitioning from into Santa Barbara County once again, even into Ojai as well. As we get overnight, I wanted to point out really strengthening in our Santa Barbara County mountains, particularly close to the Santa Ynez Valley, some red on our screen. So overnight, very hefty wind gusts. Now as we head on into tomorrow early morning, we just lighten up a little bit, nice and breezy up north, and then more wind coming into the central coast and even into Paso Robles by later tomorrow afternoon, and moving back to Santa Barbara and Ventura counties by the nighttime. Now here's a look at our allergy forecast for tomorrow, and we have had a lot of wind, but fortunately pollen counts have been a little bit down. Trees still towards the moderate end, otherwise grasses, weeds, mold, all towards the lower pollen count. But one little thing to add to this is we do have some dust and dander, so if you are sensitive to that, you may still be experiencing quite a few allergies. Here's a look at our future track for fog. So notice we do get some pockets here and there, especially by morning on the south coast around Santa Barbara and even Ventura County, maybe even a little bit thick there and harder to kick off. And then we do get some more sunshine through the day before we get more pockets of that marine layer in at night. Now overall today we've been very nice. We've had a lot of wind, some good sunshine. Tomorrow we are expecting to be even warmer in a lot of cases. That's going to put us well above average, and that's the day to enjoy, because by Friday we're cooling down. We do have this upper low up here. It's going to be swooping through California, making us drop a few degrees, bringing back that marine layer with onshore flow as well. Here's this on our future track where you can see a lot of sun at first, then gradually more and more cloud cover. There's that upper low bringing this rainfall across the state. Now it is going to start to fizzle as it reaches us, so right now our chances are somewhat low, drying out on Sunday, and then eventually next week getting a bit more sunshine in the forecast area. Here's a look at temperatures for tomorrow. In the 70s, we have 73 in Santa Barbara. In the Santa Ynez Valley, your high temperatures nice and toasty in the low 80s, 60s to 70s further north in Santa Barbara County. San Luis Obispo County, 60s to 70s, except for Paso Robles in the mid 80s. Over in Ventura County, we've got mostly 70s on tap. Should be again a really nice spring day. Now moving on to our 7-day forecast, temperatures are expected to stay nice and warm up until Friday, though we do drop a few degrees on Friday, and then really starting to drop into Saturday with that system. Right now topping out around that 20 percentile mark for our rain chances, so it is just ever so slight. By Sunday that gets even lower. Now Monday we are definitely drying out if we see any rain at all. Temperatures will recover somewhat, but not as high as what we've seen the last couple of days. We're going to be actually rather mild next week despite having some more sunshine. Now we will also stick with onshore flow. That means we'll see at least that night to morning
1T is coming up
next week, even if we do see some good midday sunshine. Notice this huge drop here in Paso Robles, 82 degrees on Friday, down to 68
Beth and
degrees
Tascam
on
coming up.
Saturday. That's a huge leap down. You're definitely going to feel the differences by this weekend. That's a look at your forecast.
All right,
Tascam.
thank you, Annika. Coming up next on your news channel at 4, SpongeBob SquarePants is turning 25. Stay with us as we look back on the show's legacy.
Roll it.
It's like crazy thought. It's 25 years now.
Mm-hmm.
No, there it goes.
All right. 35 for traffic, Annika. 35.
Is she on camera?
She's figuring it out.
Okay.
You're gonna talk, right? Okay. She'll be off. Yeah, she'll talk.
Talk, but off camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
90 out. Did you watch SpongeBob, Beth?
I did not, but the kids did a little bit. Good try. Did you?
I never really got in. Like, I've seen enough episodes, but I'm not like a huge fan.
It was cute. There's some funny parts. There was some funny, clever writing.
Yeah.
You don't remember Rocky and Bullwinkle, probably. That was
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
The writing was pretty good.
Wait, do you really not know, or you were just being funny?
Is that a show?
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky and what?
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Never even heard of it.
Is that like a 90s show?
They might be even
30?
older, but
Yeah.
it reran for a long time, and then they made a live action.
No, Carrie
movie.
says she knows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
And
she
the
knows.
Brendan Fraser movie where they did a live action of it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. It
20?
was funny. It was a good cartoon. Yeah. But that I need to look up when it started, but definitely was just like at least reruns into my childhood.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably way down by then, huh?
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I'll pull it.
We'll bump into Annika off camera. All right, bumping in. 3, 2. Cue.
Hello, right now we do have a couple of different incidents on the 101 Los Barros Road. Looks like there is a 3-car collision. Those on the right-hand side. The 154 Figueroa Mountain Road, also a collision. Looks like maybe some blocking issues at Grand Avenue. Pismo Beach to Santa Maria, a little delay, about 26 minutes for you this evening. Otherwise looking
15.
normal in other northern areas. As we take a look further south, Santa Barbara to Camarillo, going to be very delayed, 64 minutes. Just a slight delay if you're going from Galena to Santa Barbara. We'll be back.
Roll it. All right, we're clear. How much time do we have?
134.
Got 90 left to show. SpongeBob.
All right, SpongeBob.
Last weather.
Ooh, wow. Here, wait.
Mhm.
That's good. Tell her when it first started. I'm like, yes, this was not my childhood.
Yeah, go for it.
Beth.
Yes.
Rocky and Bullwinkle started in 1959.
Oh, wow. Did it really? Way back then, okay.
5 seasons.
Well, how long did it rerun?
The final episode was in 1964.
That was the final episode, really? That's interesting.
Per the, I guess, the original iteration.
And my sister was 8 years older, so she watched things, but that was a big span for us. I don't know if she watched it when I did.
And the movie where his live action was 2000.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
There was a scientist dog, and I'm forgetting the name of it. Maxwell? I'm forgetting that person.
Oh, I think that was Rocky.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I watched some of that.
All right, let's get a quick mic check with Christina. Hey, Christina, mic check on 13.
Okay. Work has started, but the official renovations begin next week here at Pioneer Park.
All right, sounds good. Maybe lower your exposure a little bit. Your background is a little bit overexposed, so you might have to put a filter on. 45. Yeah, there. So just lower the iris a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you. 30?
Beth, was scientist dog Mr. Peabody?
Mr. Peabody, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Peabody.
Didn't really watch that one, but I knew about it. Yeah, that's this one. I didn't really watch it. That's Mr.
Oh, that sounds a little
It's more recent. It's
All right,
like
stand by. We're bumping into Beth on camera 1.
You're gonna get random shots where I'm like looking at the camera like, whoops.
3, 2. Camera 1.
Are you ready, kids? Back on May 1st of 1999, the animated series SpongeBob SquarePants debuted on Nickelodeon. The show, created by Steven Hillenburg, quickly became a favorite among not only children but young adults as well. The show remained strong in pop culture and in memes for millennials and Gen Z. The show fully premiered on July 17th in 1999. SpongeBob SquarePants is the 4th longest running animated show in the U.S. behind The Simpsons, South Park, and Pokemon.
Box.
I loved this show growing up, just gonna say.
My kids loved it too, and I was just saying, some really clever writing at times.
Really clever writing, really clever names, you know, down there in Bikini Bottom, right? We had his friends Patrick Star, we had Gary, we had Squidward and Sandy Cheeks. So
You're up on all of it. Oh my
yes,
gosh.
apparently I'm an expert. That might
You
be
are.
a little nerdy now. I should probably talk about something else more nerdy, like weather.
I like that you know that on weather too.
Good.
Love that.
We are seeing just a bit of wind out there across the entire region. Notice close to us, more in Ventura County and up north. north. There's a little bit of green there that's indicating those heftier winds. Now with the wind activity,
20.
air quality has actually gone a little bit more towards the moderate side for most of Santa Barbara County,
15.
half of SLO County, and a little section of
2.
Ventura County, but should be okay still to go outside.
All right, we'll have more
10.
on this, the day's top stories next. Stay with us.